my god, I'm simply just too lucky. Oh!
In this video, we're going to be going over the fakest Minecraft speedruns ever. Let's go. The first speedrunner starts off by spawning in a desert village. They instantly turn around and start mining some hay bales. Pretty innocent, right? Until they get bored and start running toward a netherite and emerald building. And once they get closer, you can see that it's actually a blacksmith. They decide to raid the chest and actually find pretty normal loot, such as iron leggings, and even a helmet. The speedrunner then decides to go find a tree, which actually takes him a literal minute. This spawn was just a bit unlucky. Finally, after getting a bit of wood, the speedrunner then decides to craft an iron pickaxe with the iron that they got from the blacksmith. And speaking about the blacksmith, the speedrunner decides to go back and get some diamond blocks that were on the floor. Talk about luck. Finally, after collecting all of the diamond blocks, they decide to craft some tools. And then for some reason start running in a certain direction? Okay, something has to be up. Almost seriously, they stumble upon a desert pyramid, which now everything's making a bit more sense now. When he goes inside of the pyramid, you can instantly tell that it was tampered with. He decides to go to the bottom of the desert pyramid and picks up every item because for some reason the chests were destroyed. But that's not all. He checks his inventory for a split second and you can see that he picked up stacks of ore blocks, such as diamond, emerald, and even netherite blocks. This is so obviously fake at this point. Once they get out of the desert pyramid, they walk around and find a small jail cell that has a sign that says Mr. Beast diamond blocks for Ender Dragon. But the speedrunner only has 61 diamond blocks, so what does the speedrunner do? He decides to blatantly go into creative mode just to give himself the extra diamond blocks. And what do you know, all of a sudden he's in the end. But the joke doesn't stop there, because they start breaking all of the end crystals and even continue to build up using end stone. I still don't know where all of this is heading to. And then for some reason start making a sign that says MLG or the dragon kills you. And everything here, I mean, okay, look, this is obviously fake, but then he decides to go for the MLG and misses it so bad. This is just so embarrassing at this point. Why do you even continue? After all of that, you think the speedrun is over, right? But you're wrong, because the speedrunner comes back and takes a full minute just to kill the Ender Dragon in creative mode. This run was obviously fake. There's no way. So this next speedrunner starts out by punching a few trees to get some wood. They start playing Minecraft how it's actually meant to be played. It's crazy, right? Except until they start crafting some tools, which they decide to craft a wooden hoe, which makes no sense at all. Now, as I said, none of this actually makes sense until they start to break leaves, and for some reason they drop super OP items. And I mean super. This man gets elytras, enchanted golden apples, and even full netherite armor, and so much more. He decides to put on his elytra to go around the world until he stumbles upon a swampland biome, to where he cuts the recording and comes back just to look into the distant water and sees an obsidian block sticking out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the chances of this happening are basically 0%. But anyways, let's continue. The speedrunner starts mining into the obsidian block just to fall into an extremely deep hole. And what do you think is inside the deep hole? A nether portal. This just keeps getting better and better. But that's not all. The speedrunner gets some XP bottles that he has in his inventory and starts to splash them around everywhere. And for some reason, he starts getting OP effects from them. Like, just look at the effects bar. This is insane. How does any of this make sense in normal Minecraft? He decides to enter the nether and jumps off, but starts floating out of nowhere. Oh yeah, it's from the OP effects that he has. And wait, hold on, are they building an end portal inside of the nether? What is this? Okay, for some reason the video cuts here and he's back into survival and he's riding around in his elytra. Dude, none of this is actually making sense. Okay, and now for some reason he's just in a fortress. If you guys get where this is going to, let me know, honestly. He kills a blaze and for some reason keeps going in his elytra. And just look at those hearts. This looks insane. Okay, all of a sudden he starts ramping up to a certain place and now he's in the end. Was that his plan this whole time? The speedrunner then proceeds to chase the dragon with the elytra for a whole minute and decides to do basically no damage. I don't understand. Until he decides to build an end portal to go back into the overworld, to which then he decides to continue breaking leaves. And wait, okay, was this whole plan just to get a sword? Could he not have just gone into creative mode for this? And after all of that, for some reason it cuts to a clip of him falling in the void with no fireworks left. How do you lose this that bad? It makes no sense. Finally, onto the third speedrunner. This one is quite possibly one of the weirdest one out of all of them, because as soon as they start the speedrun, you can tell that they're on a hacked client. Now you might be asking, Aggro, how exactly can you tell? Well, if you look to the top left side, you can clearly see the text that says that he's on the worst hacked client. And for some odd reason, the speedrun starts off normal. He gets some wood, crafts some tools, and just, usual things people do on speedruns. works. But I think he forgets how to open his hacked client because he starts looking through his controls for some reason, until finally he opens the hacked client and actually starts messing around with it. But I don't think the speedrunner has ever used one of these before because he doesn't seem to know what he's doing. He turns on a lot of different options such as reach, which is, you know, a usual hack, puts it all the way up to 10, and then tries out different hacks, which one of them actually makes his game look super weird for some reason. And finally, it's back to the gameplay. He turned on chest ESP, which is why you see those small highlighted boxes on the ground, which he seems to be running towards. Then decides to craft a wooden pickaxe and starts mining down to the chest. What do you guys think that chest is? For some reason, they try out no clip here, which if you guys don't know what no clip is, it basically allows you to just go through blocks, but for some reason, it just doesn't work here. And I'm not even joking with you guys, it takes him a few minutes just to get the no clip to not work. Someone really needs to teach this guy how to use hacks. Honestly, this is embarrassing. The speedrunner takes a super long time to dig to the bottom just to reveal that there's a dungeon with a skeleton spawner underneath. Now, if you thought that it couldn't get any worse, you thought wrong, because the speedrunner starts to kill the skeletons but fails horribly and has to block up in order to not die. I don't know how the speedrunner almost died to a skeleton so bad that he's left on 1 heart. But anyways, the speedrunner crafts a sword and decides to go back, but this time the skeleton actually kills him. But that doesn't stop here, because he decides to respawn and tries to mess with his hacks once again, but gets tired and just decides to build the end portal. At this point, the speedrunner goes into the end and has kill aura and like 20 other different types of hacks that I don't even know the name to. He starts to destroy the end crystals using his kill aura, or I don't even know what aura it's called honestly, and turns on bow aimbot just to get a couple shots on the dragon before it decides to retarget to an enderman. It didn't even do that much damage. I don't see what the point of this is. I'm pretty sure you could have beaten Minecraft regularly faster than this. The speedrunner decides to mess with his hacked client once again, and this time decides to turn on Nuker. And for those who don't know what Nuker is, let me just quickly show you. So when the speedrunner goes down, he instantly starts breaking the ground around him. That's basically what Nuker does. Basically, just imagine that you're just creating a ton of explosions around you. That's the easiest way to explain Nuker. Anyways, he isn't able to control what the Nuker does, so he ends up exploding everything around him. This includes the dragon altar, which for some reason, I didn't even know this, but the dragon starts to sink to the ground.
Why are you running?
Well, there's a Minecraft fact for you. Yeah, none of this speedrun actually made sense, so good luck figuring this out because not even I could figure this out. If you guys end up enjoying these videos, leaving a like and subscribing would help out the channel a ton more than you guys think. But yeah, without further ado, thank you guys for watching this far. If you guys have watched this far, then hey, comment rabbit and I'll pin you. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.